All right, join me on page 310 in your science book. Follow along. What are volcanoes? When you think of a volcano, you may picture a smooth-sided mountain shaped like a cone. Some of the world's most famous mountains are volcanic peaks. However, not all volcanoes are mountains. Volcanoes are vents in Earth's crust through which magma, gases, and other materials are forced out. Magma is molten or hot and melted rock below Earth's surface. Lava is magma that flows out onto Earth's surface. Openings through which volcanic materials erupt are called vents. Long, narrow vents are called fissures. Okay, on to the next page, page 311. Follow along. Volcanic forces. Most volcanoes, like most earthquakes, occur along the boundaries between shifting tectonic plates. Volcanoes are created by powerful forces within Earth. As one tectonic plate moves under another, the rock in the mantle melts and becomes magma. Melting rock produces gases that become mixed with the magma. Over time, gas-filled magma rises because it is less dense than the solid rock around it. Rising magma accumulates in a weak part of the overlying rock, forming a magma chamber. Magma chambers are the reservoirs from which volcanic materials erupt. The rocks above press down on the magma, creating great pressure. When the pressure is released, volcanic materials erupt and move out to the surface through vents and fissures. Lava hardens into rocks. Lava rocks and other volcanic materials pile up around the vent. As they continue to accumulate, they build up landforms. Forceful explosions may blow out the tops of these landforms to form craters. Craters are bowl-shaped depressions. Although volcanoes are destructive, they can create new islands and enlarge existing islands. Okay, turning the page to page 312, follow along. What are the three main types of rocks? And we learned about this a little bit at Camp Keep, those of you that went. Earth has many kinds of rocks, but all rocks can be classified as one of three main types. Each of the three main types of rocks is described below. Igneous rocks. So that's one type, igneous rocks. When a volcano erupts, lava flows or shoots out of the volcano. Rocks that form from lava cool and harden very quickly. They have a fine texture. Many look shiny like glass. Basalt is an igneous rock that forms from lava. Rocks that form from magma below Earth's surface cool very slowly. These rocks have a coarse texture. Granite is an igneous rock that forms below Earth's surface. Sedimentary rocks. So this is the second type of rock. Sedimentary rocks are made of bits and pieces of other rocks. Water and wind wear away rocks, breaking them down into smaller pieces. These pieces are carried by wind or water or moved by gravity. Over time, these pieces are deposited and layers of bits and pieces build up. As the number of layers increases, pressure builds up on the bottom layers. Particles squeeze together and harden into rocks. Sedimentary rocks that form in water often contain pieces of shell or fossils of animals or plants. Sedimentary rocks may also contain crystals of minerals that were once dissolved in the water. When the water dries, the minerals remain behind as crystals. Metamorphic rock. So this is the last kind of rock. Metamorphic rocks are rocks that have been changed. Metamorphic rocks were once igneous, sedimentary, or even other metamorphic rocks that were exposed to high temperatures and great pressure. The high temperatures and pressure changed the form of the original rocks. Metamorphic rocks often form deep underground. They can form when rocks come in contact with hot magma or lava. As magma rises in the crust, the layers of rock that it pushes through or against can be changed into metamorphic rock. Okay, continuing on page 313. How rocks change over time. Here's a question to think about. Where do rocks come from? Your first thoughts might be igneous rocks come from magma or lava. Sedimentary rocks come from sediment. The simplest answer is that all rocks come from other rocks. Rocks are continually changed from one type to another in a never-ending cycle called the rock cycle. And that's what we see here. And you can see the rock cycle isn't just a perfect circle, it's a cycle. Okay? And these things can go, igneous rocks can turn back into magma, can form into metamorphic rocks, and so on. Doesn't always go in a perfect circle. Although the rock cycle has no beginning and no end, all rocks had to begin somewhere. There is evidence that Earth started out totally molten. There was no solid rock, only magma. It seems likely that the very first rocks to form and begin the rock cycle were igneous rocks. All right, thanks again for following along. Continue in your Google Classroom, and I'll see you on the next one.